Something big is happening in Burkina Faso, and it's got the whole country buzzing with excitement. Picture this, a massive fleet of nearly 1,000 brand new tractors and trucks rolling out, ready to transform farming across the nation. It's not just about new machines, it's about a future where Burkina Faso feeds itself, grows stronger, and thrives like never before. And the man behind this bold move, President Captain Ibrahim Traore. While many leaders might focus on boosting their military, Traore is playing a different game. Instead of spending a chunk of the 2025 defense budget on weapons, he made a game-changing decision, investing in something even more powerful: agriculture. The timing couldn't be better. With security threats easing, young people in Burkina Faso are returning to farming, seeing it as more than just work. It's a path to prosperity. And now, thanks to these new tractors, they finally have the tools to make it happen. Take Thomas and Michelle Koulibaly, for example. Two fresh-faced farmers diving headfirst into agriculture. Out in Silenzo, where the soil is rich and ready, they're planting their dreams alongside fields of wheat and potatoes. Thomas, standing proudly in the middle of his 25-hectare wheat farm, can hardly believe what he's seeing. "This is my first time growing wheat, and I'm blown away by how well it's doing," he says. "This land can feed more than just my family. It can nourish whole communities." Michelle, just as excited, walks through his fields, admiring the golden wheat and the first signs of sprouting potatoes. "At first, I wasn't sure if this would even work," he admits with a grin, "but now I'm ready to go all in. Next season, I'm doubling my wheat farm to 10 hectares. Thomas and Michelle aren't just farming, they're part of something much bigger. They talk about how expert agricultural officers regularly visit their fields, offering advice, troubleshooting issues, and helping them make the most of their land. It's not just about planting crops, it's about learning, improving, and making farming a real success. But what really gives them confidence? The government has promised to buy their harvests. That means no more worrying about whether they'll find buyers or if their hard work will go to waste. It's a game changer, and it's motivating even more young people to give farming a serious shot. And then there's the machinery, the silent powerhouse behind it all. Nearly 1,000 brand new tractors and trucks have arrived, waiting at Ghana's Tema seaport, ready to be sent to Burkina Faso. These aren't just machines. They're the tools that will reshape the way the country farms, from tilling the land to managing irrigation and even building essential infrastructure. This equipment will make farming faster, easier, and more productive than ever before. If you are still watching this video, it means you love what Traore is doing for his country and Africa as a whole. Why not take a second and show him appreciation by hitting that like button? Have you done that? Let us move on. One man has been at the centre of it all. Commander Ismail Sambi, the Minister of State for Agriculture, Animal and Fisheries Resources. He personally oversaw the arrival of this massive shipment, making sure everything is delivered safely and quickly transported to key agricultural hubs. The next stop, Ouagadougou, where the National Office of Dams and Hydro-Agricultural Development and the National Company for Land Development and Rural Equipment will take over. These organisations will ensure the machinery gets where it's needed most, distributing it across the country to maximise impact. This isn't just about ploughs and tractors, it's a multi-billion CFA investment in Burkina Faso's future. The shipment also includes heavy-duty graders, hydraulic shovels, bulldozers and compactors, all crucial for transforming the land. With this equipment, critical projects like rehabilitating the Hiradugo site and expanding key hydro-agricultural systems can move full speed ahead. And perhaps the most exciting part, water. With new dams, improved irrigation, and better water storage systems, farmers like Thomas and Michelle won't have to rely on unpredictable rainfall. Their crops will have a steady water supply, ensuring better harvests year-round. This shift isn't just about feeding families, it's about securing Burkina Faso's place as a rising agricultural powerhouse. With this new wave of investment, more young people are seeing farming as an opportunity, not a last resort. What once felt like a distant dream, food self-sufficiency, is now something real, something unfolding right in front of us. This is the kind of leadership that doesn't just talk about change, it makes it happen. President Ibrahim Traore is proving that progress isn't just about military strength or political maneuvering. True leadership is about ensuring people can feed their families, build their futures, and take control of their own destiny. And now, thanks to his bold vision, Burkina Faso is on the verge of an agricultural revolution that could change the country forever. A massive shipment of nearly 1,000 brand new tractors and trucks has just arrived, sparking excitement across the nation. But these aren't just machines. They represent freedom, a break from reliance on food imports, a step towards self-sufficiency, and a sign that Burkina Faso is ready to harness its own land to build prosperity. This moment didn't happen by chance. It's part of a well-thought-out strategy. With security threats declining and more young people turning to farming, President Traore saw an opportunity. Instead of pouring more money into weapons and military hardware, he did something unexpected. He redirected a significant portion of the 2025 defense budget to invest in agricultural equipment. The result? A historic investment in the country's farming infrastructure, ensuring that Burkinabe farmers have the tools they need to succeed. This isn't just about planting crops, it's about fueling an economy, strengthening communities, and securing a future where Burkina Faso can stand strong as a leader in African agriculture. The journey of these machines began at Ghana's Tema seaport, where they were carefully unloaded and prepared for transportation to Burkina Faso. The arrival of this fleet marks a turning point, a shift toward large-scale farming that can sustain millions. On Thursday, February 20th, 2025, he personally travelled to Ghana to make sure every detail was handled smoothly. His goal? To ensure that these machines reach the hands of farmers as quickly as possible. But it's not just about tractors. This shipment includes a wide range of heavy-duty equipment, valued at over 13 billion CFA francs. We're talking graders, hydraulic shovels, bulldozers, backhoe loaders, and compactors. Everything needed to reshape the landscape of Burkina Faso's agricultural sector. These powerful machines are set to be distributed to two major institutions, the National Office of Dams and Hydro Agricultural Development, which will use the equipment to expand and maintain vital water infrastructure, ensuring farms have a steady and reliable water supply. The National Company for Land Development and Rural Equipment, which will focus on transforming farmland, improving soil quality, and creating better conditions for large-scale agricultural production. With this advanced machinery, critical projects, the goal is simple but ambitious: to revolutionise how Burkina Faso farms, making it more efficient, sustainable and capable of feeding the nation. But what does this mean for everyday farmers? For people like Thomas and Michelle Coulibaly, who are just beginning their agricultural journey, it means no more back-breaking manual labour, no more struggling with outdated tools. It means they can produce more, earn more, and build a life where farming isn't just a means of survival, it's a path to prosperity. Even more exciting, the impact of this investment goes beyond just one season or one harvest. This is about building a system that can sustain itself for generations to come. By prioritising agriculture over military spending, President Traore is betting on something far more powerful than weapons: the resilience, hard work, and determination of the Burkinabe people. Burkina Faso is on the brink of an agricultural revolution, one that could redefine its future and solidify its place as a self-sustaining nation. In a bold and strategic move, the government has made a significant investment in farming equipment, ensuring that local farmers have the tools they need to cultivate the land efficiently. This initiative is more than just an economic decision. It's a statement of self-reliance, a vision for a country that no longer depends on food imports to feed its people. At Ghana's bustling Tema port, a fleet of nearly 1,000 tractors, trucks, and specialised farming machinery has just arrived, signalling a major milestone in Burkina Faso's development. But these aren't just machines. They're symbols of progress, hope, and the promise of a new era in agriculture. For too long, farmers have struggled with outdated tools and unpredictable water supplies. That's about to change. Accompanied by Burkina Faso's ambassador and key officials, their presence highlights just how crucial this initiative is. From the moment the cargo ships docked, teams worked tirelessly to ensure a smooth transfer of the equipment. Every piece, from tractors designed for large-scale ploughing to hydraulic shovels for irrigation projects, has been carefully inspected before its journey to Ouagadougou. Once in Burkina Faso, these machines will be distributed to the National Office of Dams and Hydro Agricultural Development and the National Company for Land Development and Rural Equipment. These agencies play a vital role in managing the country's agricultural infrastructure, ensuring that farmland is properly irrigated, dams are constructed, and farmers have access to the resources they need. The investment valued at over 13 billion CFA francs, isn't just about modernising agriculture. It's about transforming the country's economy. With state-of-the-art graders, backhoe loaders, bulldozers, and compactors now in place, Burkina Faso can accelerate the construction of vital hydro-agricultural projects. This means better irrigation, stronger dams, and fertile lands that can produce crops all year round, regardless of rainfall patterns. The ripple effect of this initiative is already being felt in rural areas like Solenzo, a region with some of the most fertile land in Banwa province. Here, the government's vision is coming to life as more young people turn to farming, not out of necessity, but out of opportunity. Take Thomas Coulibaly, for instance. He stands proudly in his 25-hectare wheat field, watching golden stalks sway in the wind. Just a year ago, he wouldn't have imagined himself growing wheat, a crop that many believed wouldn't thrive in Burkina Faso's climate. But thanks to improved irrigation and government support, his first harvest is exceeding expectations. I used to think wheat was only for cooler regions, Thomas says with a smile. But look at this. My land is full of it, and it's growing beautifully. A few kilometres away, Michel Coulibaly is having a similar experience. His land is a patchwork of wheat fields and potato crops, both thriving under the new agricultural system, kneeling to inspect the fresh tubers sprouting from the soil. But when I saw how well the wheat was doing, I decided to expand. Next season, I'll be planting even more. Beyond individual success stories, the bigger picture is even more inspiring. The government has stepped in to ensure that farmers like Thomas and Michel don't just grow crops, they also have guaranteed buyers. With state-backed programs in place to purchase harvests at fair prices, farming's no longer a gamble. It's a reliable profession that can sustain families and uplift entire communities. This wave of change is being felt across Burkina Faso, where farming's rapidly becoming a respected and profitable industry. The days of young people leaving rural areas for uncertain opportunities elsewhere may soon be over. Instead, they're staying, investing in their land, and building a future right where they are. And this is just the beginning. With an entire fleet of advanced machinery now available, the country is on track to revolutionise its agricultural landscape. The vision is clear: a Burkina Faso where no one goes hungry, where fields are abundant, and where the nation no longer depends on foreign food supplies. At first, I wasn't sure this would work, growing wheat in Solenzo. It seemed like a long shot, but now, standing in the middle of these golden fields, I can see it with my own eyes. This land is perfect for it. Even the potatoes are thriving. Look around. The crops are healthy, strong, and full of promise. Seeing this success gives me the confidence to push even further. This harvest is just the beginning. If all goes well, he plans to double his wheat production next season, expanding from his current 5 hectares to 10. But he's not diving in blindly. He knows that farming isn't just about planting seeds and hoping for the best. That's why he's been working closely with agricultural officers who visit regularly, offering advice and monitoring progress. This guidance has been invaluable, helping him fine-tune his approach and avoid common pitfalls. For now, his potato crop is more of an experiment, a small plot to test the soil and conditions before scaling up. Of course, farming comes with its challenges. Pests have already made an appearance, particularly caterpillars threatening the young crops. But thanks to timely intervention and proper treatments, both Michel's and Thomas's fields are holding up well. As for the harvest, they're waiting for official word from the agricultural authorities. The state has promised to purchase their produce once it's ready, providing financial security and motivation for farmers to keep expanding their work. Now let's shift the focus to an event that has sent ripples of excitement across Burkina Faso. A sea of gleaming tractors and powerful trucks stand ready, their engines silent but their purpose loud and clear. Nearly 1,000 new machines have arrived, a game-changing investment that will redefine the nation's agricultural landscape. To mark this momentous occasion, Minister of State Commander Ismail Sambi steps forward to address the gathered crowd. The air is thick with anticipation, the significance of this day not lost on anyone present. Distinguished guests, my fellow citizens of Burkina Faso, today is a day of transformation. Today we do not just witness the arrival of machines, we witness the arrival of opportunity, progress, and a promise fulfilled. His words carry weight, cutting through the murmurs of excitement. For too long, our land has cried out for attention. Our farmers have worked tirelessly with outdated tools, struggling to bring out the best in our soil. But those days are behind us. Today we take a bold step forward. The nearly 1,000 newly acquired tractors and trucks stand as proof of that change, parked in neat rows at Ghana's Tema seaport, awaiting transport to Burkina Faso. These are not just vehicles. They are the tools of empowerment, the foundation of a self-sufficient nation. His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traore made a courageous decision, one that required vision and the determination to break away from the status quo. Instead of focusing solely on defence, he redirected a portion of the 2025 budget towards something just as critical: food security. A murmur of approval ripples through the crowd. The message is clear. Real security isn't just about weapons, it's about ensuring that no Burkinabe goes hungry. A well-ploughed field will feed a nation better than a neglected rifle, Sambi continues, and this is the path we have chosen. The initiative isn't just about equipment, it's about a fundamental shift in priorities. Burkina Faso is investing in its land, its farmers, and its future. These tractors and trucks are custom-built for cultivation, irrigation, and excavation. They will power the National Office of Dams and Hydro-Agricultural Development, driving projects that will make year-round farming possible. This is the beginning of something unprecedented. A future where the youth don't have to leave their homeland in search of opportunities elsewhere. A future where Burkina Faso stands as a leader in agricultural innovation. And with these machines, that future is now within reach. The air buzzed with anticipation as the first massive piece of machinery rolled off the dock in Ghana's port of Tema. It wasn't just another shipment, it was a symbol of transformation, a turning point for the farmers and families of Burkina Faso. I had the honour of being there firsthand, standing alongside our ambassador to Ghana and key officials as we watched each piece of equipment being carefully unloaded. It wasn't just metal, gears and hydraulics that we were receiving, it was the very foundation of a stronger, self-sufficient Burkina Faso. For years our farmers have battled against the odds, relying on outdated tools and unpredictable weather. Their hands have tilled the earth, but their efforts have often been limited by circumstances beyond their control. That changes now. With an investment of over 13 billion CFA francs, fully covered by our national budget, we are bringing in the equipment to reshape our agricultural landscape. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a revolution. This fleet is more than just a collection of machines. It is a force for progress. Each piece of equipment has been carefully selected to address specific challenges in our agricultural sector. Graders and bulldozers will level the ground, making way for modern, efficient farms. Hydraulic shovels and backhoe loaders will construct vital irrigation systems, ensuring that crops receive water even during dry seasons. High-powered compactors and rollers will strengthen our rural roads, making it easier to transport produce from farms to markets. These machines will play a key role in rehabilitating and constructing critical dams. Water management is at the heart of this initiative, because without water, there is no agriculture. And without agriculture, there is no nation. For too long, farmers have been at the mercy of unreliable rainfall, forced to gamble with nature in a battle for survival. But with modern irrigation systems in place, they will no longer have to wait for the clouds to open. This is the vision of His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traore, to ensure that every farmer has the tools, the knowledge, and the support needed to turn their land into a source of abundance. For the farmers of Burkina Faso, this is more than just an agricultural upgrade. It's a chance to dream bigger. Imagine the mother who no longer has to worry about putting food on the table because her farm is flourishing. Imagine the father who can finally pass down land that is rich and productive, ensuring a legacy of prosperity. Imagine the young graduate who no longer feels the need to leave his homeland for work in distant cities, because right here, in the soil of Burkina Faso, he sees opportunity. For decades, farming has been viewed as a last resort, something people did only when there was no other option. But that perception is changing. Agriculture is becoming a pillar of progress, a path to success. Our youth are no longer being pushed away from the land. They are being drawn back to it. Not out of necessity, but out of ambition. They see the future, and they know that in these fields lies not just survival, but success. But this transformation is not just about machines or policies, it's about people. It's about the collective will of a nation. modern equipment alone will not solve all our challenges. We must also invest in training farmers, sharing knowledge, and fostering innovation. Every tractor, every irrigation system, and every dam must be used to its full potential. The government has laid the foundation, but now the responsibility is on all of us, farmers, businesses, communities, and leaders, to work together and ensure that this investment bears fruit for generations to come. In the coming months, as these machines make their way from the docks of Tema to the fields of Burkina Faso, something incredible will happen. Barren fields will turn green, dams will rise where dry land once stood, farms will thrive, markets will flourish, families will prosper,